All right. Hey, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Wherever you might be out there, I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah Quadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah for the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with another lesson. It's going to be a mindset type of lesson, but it also ties into prophecy as well. And as you can see, this picture right here says, keep calm, boring is good. All right. Keep calm, boring is good. And that's true in a sense. Okay. What people will call boring in this world, all right, is what's going to keep you stable in the time we're coming into, the times we're currently in. As you know, we're in the last days of Esau's wicked empire, man, and it's going to go out with violence. We're in the time of the God of the Bible, the creator of all energy and existence, judging the world for his wickedness. All right. And pretty much, I push this sentiment quite often, man. It's best to just keep your head down, do the work, and move in the fear of Yahweh Shai Shai. And to the majority of people in the world, that would seem boring, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, where the mentalities are geared towards partying, having a good time, pleasing the flesh, do as thou wilt, so on and so forth. All right. But when you come to serve Yahweh Shai, that requires discipline, man. Abstaining from certain things, being locked in, being focused, and we should be more locked in than ever, man. More focused on Yahweh Shai than ever, as we see that we're in the final seconds of this wicked ass satanic kingdom. So boring is actually good, man. We ain't out here to be party animals and trying to be on the scene all the damn time. That's not wise. All right, and we'll get a few precepts to prove that point, man. All right, so here we have the book of Ecclesiastes, all right? And as we know, King Solomon, all right, wrote Ecclesiastes, the wisest man to ever walk this earth beside Yahweh Shai, all right? Now, it says here in Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 2, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Meaning, you'll take consideration of this, man. All right. Those who have been quickened by the spirit of Yahweh Shai, because we are the living, all right, in a spiritual sense. You see, and it's better to go to the house of mourning than to be in the house of feasting, man. Always in that party, spirit, man. It's not good, man. Especially in the time that we're in, when shit is about to get extremely violent, all right, chaotic. When the judgments of Yahweh Shai are about to be poured out hot and heavy in the earth, we don't want to be out here with our head in the clouds in that party, mirth mindset. You see what I'm saying? You're more aware of your surroundings when you're in the house of mourning. You're more serious minded, because that's what that really goes into, being serious minded. Okay? We definitely got to be serious in these last times, man. Matter of fact, let's read the next verse real quick. It says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. And your heart is your mind. All right. The Hebrew word for heart is lab or la'ab. And that's the truth, man. I'm realizing that, in my walk. You see what I'm saying? When things happen that give you sorrow, it sharpens your mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not to say that you got to be down in the dumps all the time. It's not saying that. But it's saying that level of sorrow gives you an air of seriousness, man. This world is way too silly, man. People are not serious enough. Especially here in America, Babylon the Great, man. Their mind is constantly set on folly and things that don't fucking matter. TikTok challenges, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, these social media sites posting a bunch of goddamn bullshit. It has nothing to do with anything important. But us, as the hopeful elect, you see what I'm saying? We're sorrowful every day, man, to a certain degree, because we know the situation that we're in. We're in the land of our enemies. We're in the kingdom of Esau, Edom, all right, which is ran by wickedness, man, under the vibration of Satan. So that gives us sorrow, man, not seeing the ways of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai being implemented in this society, man. It's the opposite. Everything is fucked up. Rebellion everywhere you turn, man. You see? But those who are in that spirit of partying and having a good time, trying to please the flesh every second of the day, they're not concerned about that, man. They're not aware. And it's going to be to their own detriment. Now, there's balance in everything. Understand that. We're not saying you got to sit around, in the dark room and never do anything. No, man. But you got to use wisdom and know what time we're in. The Lord is angry. He's getting ready to judge the earth with harsh judgment like we've never seen before, man. You see? So should we be laughing and kikiing all the damn time? Nah, man. A serious man seldom smiles. You know what I'm saying? The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. There you go. That goes into the foolish people, the foolish of our people out here, always in that party mindset, man, joking and laughing about every damn thing, man. Especially when there ain't nothing funny. This damn devil getting ready to come down with great wrath, as it tells you in Revelation 12 and verse 12, because he knows he has a short time left. He sees the Israelites waking up to who they are. He's seeing the videos online. He's seeing what's going on. He's observing the host of heaven, the angels, all right, those so-called UFOs. That's in the news again. They know that their time is almost up. They know our Lord Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come back and utterly dispose of them. So they're finna come down with great wrath, man. They're already trying to tighten the squeeze on society. You see prices rising up, inflation going up on everything. Gas prices, being a major one. You see? So should you be in the spirit of laughing and joking right now? Or should you be seriously seeking Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai and begging for mercy? Okay? The 2/3 ain't doing that, man. They're not looking to Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai to receive mercy. They're mocking and scoffing, laughing and joking at the prophets. So understand what's coming for their ass, man. Harsh judgment. Matter of fact, I want to get this verse right here in NLT. All right, here's that same verse right here, pulled up in the NLT, the New Living Translation. And it says, a wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. And there's balance in this right here as well. It says a wise person thinks a lot about death. Not all the time, but a lot. Why? Because we're in the time of great death, man. Can you not see it? All right. The U.S. has been, in this conflict with Iran. All right. Being dragged into World War III by those small hats. That's end time prophecy, because guess what? There's going to be a draft that's coming. And we know that death is synonymous with war, man. That's what happens in war. A lot of death. That's what's coming. And we think about these things, man. Famine is being talked about due to this conflict in Iran. Also, Esau getting ready to choke off the food supply to make people bow the knee. But nonetheless, man, a lot of death is coming behind that. We know this through prophecy, man. And we think about these things, man. We're serious-minded over here at Great Millstone. All right? The hopeful elect. All right? You don't have to be a part of Great Millstone to be the elect, but understand that those who are serious, all right, they're thinking about these things, man. All right? Not to be worried about it, but to consider that we need mercy from the Almighty. And we should be doing the things that are pleasing unto Him in hopes of receiving that mercy. You see? But everybody else, they just out here having a good ass time, getting ready for summer. All right? Thinking it's going to continue on forever. All right, making all these plans and shit, not knowing what's at stake. You're gonna get caught off guard, man, and swept away with the judgment. Understand, there's a level of seriousness that you have to have as a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, especially now. So once again, boring is good, you know? All right, here we have the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 11, verse 10. And it says, "My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing." So there you go, man. You want to be too involved in the cares of this life, man. You want to be too engulfed in this society, man. You know, you want to be able to kind of, buckle down, man, and focus right now. A lot of times, life will throw things at you. You got to goddamn sit back and analyze your situation. We can't allow the things pertaining to this life, which is temporary. This current setup is temporary. We can't allow those things to draw us away from the main goal, which is what? Serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Seeking him in fear and trembling, man. Doing what we've been commanded to do. Moving in the spirit, you see what I'm saying? And, the elders will tell you, man, a lot of guys get dragged out of this truth because they get involved with too many things outside of the truth, man. Whether it be taking on an extra job, chasing that money, chasing that bag, multiplying women to yourself. All these things require your time and your energy and your focus. And when you're not focusing on your Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, it just means you're not locked in, man. Now we understand balance. You can't just sit around with the Bible in your hand all day, not doing nothing, of course. But understand, you can't also be involved in too many other extracurricular things, man. The Lord has called us to be soldiers in the spirit, man, on a mission. Matter of fact, let's get that in 2 Timothy real quick. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. One of my favorites, it says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach." So there it is right here. We are called to be soldiers in the spirit, man. We're fighting a spiritual battle. Right? We've been summoned by Yahushua, who called us into this thing, right? We have to endure hardness, meaning suffering difficulties. That's what comes with serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. It's not all fun and games. It's not an Israelite party, as some congregations would like you to believe, man. Posting videos of, party Passovers and Israel just jumping and dancing all the time. Nah, man, this is deadly serious, man. You understand? This is a spiritual war in every sense of that word. Right? And if you're not paying attention in war, what happens? You get got. And as the hopeful elect, we ain't trying to get got. Matter of fact, let's go to verse 4. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." See, that's the point right there. "That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." There you go, man. We're not caught up in the affairs of this life. We're not getting involved with too much different shit, man. Keeping it simple for the most part. Brothers have hobbies, that they do to pass time. All right, things that are lawful. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're focused on what? Preaching this word, prophesying, letting Israel know what they need to know. All right? Moving in the spirit, man. We ain't out here trying to be on the scene all the time, trying to be the man to these people out here. We're here to please Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not the world. Okay? And just like a soldier that's deployed, when he gets sent off to another country to do a mission, they're not involved with the civilian life over there, man. Always in the cities partying with the people of that particular country. Nah, man. They're focused on the mission. You see, that's how we are in the spirit, man. So boring is good. The world might look at us like, damn, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all just read the Bible and report on the news. That's boring. And women will say that too, man. I've heard stories of brothers that got women in this truth, man. They look at them as boring, man, because they're not out there on the scene all the time, man. You've heard that term. Girls just want to have fun. And that's the truth, man. Women want to be entertained, man. They want to have fun. And essentially, they're part of the world, to be completely honest with you, man. Especially the women that are not in the truth. They're a part of this world, man. And they take a lot of time and energy. But we are on a mission, man. And real quick, I want to grab that same verse that we read, all right, in 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, in the Good News translation. And as you can see the title, it says right here, a loyal soldier of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And that's who you hope to be. All right. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to jump down to verse 3. It says, take your part in suffering. All right. And suffering is not fun. Take your part in suffering as a loyal soldier of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. A soldier on active duty wants to please his commanding officer, and so does not get mixed up in the affairs of civilian life. Come on, man. That's beautiful. Right there, man. So boring is good in this sense. Okay. So here we have the book of Romans chapter 13, starting verse 12. It says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. You see, and when we were in the world, we were in darkness, man. And when Yahweh Shai begins to deal with you, you put off the works of darkness, man. Out there partying every weekend, getting extremely drunk, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever, pleasing the flesh. All right, now it's time to focus, man. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. You see that there? All right. And let's get into this real quick. I want to get into what these words mean, so we can get a deeper understanding of what rioting, drunkenness, and chambering, and all these things mean. All right, so here's that same verse pulled up, all right, in the Blue Letter Bible, Romans 13, verse 13. Let's check it out in the Greek. All right, for the word rioting, here it is right here. So yeah, komos. And it says here, a revel, carousal. And here it is right here in definition A. It says, a nocturnal and riotous procession of half-drunken and frolicsome fellows who after supper parade through the streets with torches and music in honor of Bacchus or some other deity, and sing and play before houses of male and female friends, hence used generally of feasts and drinking parties that are protracted till late at night, and indulge in revelry. That nightlife, lifestyle, man, that party mindset, getting faded, going through the cities, you know what I'm saying? Men and women, and a lot of adultery goes on in these scenarios too, man. All right, so it's not a good place to be, especially as a man of Yahweh Shem Shai right now. I'm not saying you don't ever go out, you don't have fun, but when we go out, we go with the brethren, man. We ain't out here with the world. Understand that. If brothers step out, have a couple of drinks, go to an event or whatever, it's with the Akim. You understand? And there are certain limits to that as well, man. We ain't out here just being wild. And we go into that word back as it goes into a pagan deity. It's like an idol that they used to worship, all right, that ties back to partying all the damn time, getting faded, getting completely inebriated in public. And that's not really becoming of a man of Yahweh Shem Shai, because we represent Yahweh Shem Shai. This is for you younger brothers that are, just now coming into the truth, man. You see, wine and alcohol, it's lawful, but damn, we ain't supposed to be out here abusing it like the rest of the world, man. Especially now. Boring is good, man. We gonna sip, do it in moderation, and also do it amongst those who you trust. Preferably those who are serving the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, or by yourself, man. You see? But anyway, the point is that yeah, man, the Lord is against this right here. And also a lot of fights break out, man. A lot of demonic spirits are in these places, man, where this is going on. Okay. A lot of things can get you caught up in this specific scenario. And you know, I've done videos on this, man, but like a while back I had a dream pertaining to this, man, where, you know, I saw a bunch of Israelites at a party having a good time, you know what I'm saying, looking good, dressed to impress, you know what I'm saying, but all of a sudden these death angels came in and crashed the party and executed judgment on all those people that were partying and having a good time. And in that dream I was spared, but I was scared out of my mind, man, because I was in the midst of it. And to me, that symbolizes not being in a house of mirth. You know what I'm saying? Don't be carried away with that YOLO mindset, man. Be serious and focused on what's at hand. The judgment is coming, man. You don't want to get caught up like everybody else. That was a very heavy dream that I had a few years ago. But anyway, let's continue on. Matter of fact, I want to get this term right here, all right, for let us walk. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see. Peripateo, all right. For some reason, it hasn't been, you know, picking up the audio in the blue letter, but yeah, that's what it says. Peripateo. And it says to walk, to make one's way, progress, to make due use of opportunities. All right. Hebrew for to live, to regulate one's life, to conduct oneself, to pass one's life. So there you go, man. Your conduct is what's going into. Okay. So zooming out, man, let us not conduct ourselves in these ways. All right. Drunkenness. All right. Let me see. Okay. Intoxication. All right. Now the Lord Yahushua drank wine, but he wasn't getting shit-faced drunk in the city and wilding out. All right. Let's jump down here. Chambering. Let's see what that word chambering means. All right. Koite. And it says a place for lying down, resting, sleeping in, a bed, couch, the marriage bed of adultery, cohabitation, whether lawful or unlawful. And it says sexual intercourse, and that's what goes on at these places, man. You know, the club scene, you know, being in the city and whatnot, man. A lot of wickedness goes on there. A lot of adultery goes on there. And I've seen it and experienced it firsthand, man. You understand? And of course, we move in wisdom. You see a female that says she got a man, or you see her with a man, you're to avoid that woman. All right? Because that's against the laws of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Adultery is punishable by death, man. That's a abominable sin to commit. And the world promotes it. And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is getting ready to judge those adulterers or adulterers and adulteresses. All right? You see that? And there's certain clubs that got actual beds in them. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? You know, people, they do a lot of heinous things in these environments, man. So it's best to just avoid them, man, if you can. Boring is good. Keeps you out of trouble. All right, now let's go into that word wantonness. Okay. All right, aselgaya. Aselgaya. All right. Now let's see what it says. It says unbridled lust, excess, right? Doing too damn much. Licentiousness, lasciviousness, all right? Wantonness, outrageousness, shamelessness, insolence. And that's what you see out here in these club scenes, man. All right, especially in these major cities, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of this going on, man. People doing way too damn much. Too much. You know? And we're not in the time of that shit at all, man. And the Elder Apostle Gabar did a lesson recently talking about We're not in the time of fun. The time of fun is over. All right, we're looking for Esau to, bring forth different false flag scenarios, man, to incite fear in the people. This whole shit going on with the Hannah Montana, all right, it's been in the news as of lately. People being, quarantined, or actually they weren't even doing that. They were just letting them go free. All right, why? Because now they have an excuse to lock society down, man. All right, you know what I'm talking about, man. So should we be out here just willy-nilly, just not even paying attention to what's going on? Nah, man. Esau getting ready to lock things down. All right, he's getting ready to come down with great wrath, man. So we need to be disciplined. Boring is good. I'm gonna wrap it up. I ain't want to make this too long, but I want to bring this one out. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. That goes into being focused, being locked in on the prophecies, man. Locked in on the words of Yahweh Shai Shai. Moving in the spirit, man. Giving diligence. You see? Constantly going through the breakdowns of the prophecies. Watching the news. You see? Because that ties into this too, man. Being a watchman of Yahweh Shai, you got to be aware of what's going on in the world around us, man. That's how we discern where we are in prophecy, man. Not out here with our head in the clouds, in that party, carefree mind state. Nah, man. All right? We got to make our calling and election sure by giving diligence, man. That's a characteristic of the elect. And that can be perceived as boring to a lot of people. But it is what it is. Our salvation is on the line. All right? The book of Ephesians chapter 5, starting at verse 14, it says, Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. All right, calling Jake to wake up, man. All right, wake up and smell the prophecy. Get serious about this, man. When you get serious about Yahweh Shai Shai, he'll give you light. He'll give you understanding to see what's going on around you, man. And that's very important in any battle, spiritual or physical. You don't want to be in the dark, man. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. You see that in that word walk, we went into it, man. It goes into your manner of life, how you conduct yourself, man. Circumspectly means to be aware of your surroundings, man. All right, spiritually speaking and physically. All right, not as fools, but as wise, man. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. And that is the truth. If you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Things are getting worse. They're not getting better in society. Things are going to become more and more violent, more and more strenuous. People are going to start bugging out more and more as Esau begins to put the squeeze on society, man. We're in the evil times, man. Okay? Boring is good. All right? Verse 17, it says, Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh Shai is. Okay? And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Right there, Rachak Wadash, man. You understand? So, though drinking wine is lawful, it's not a sin. But understand, when you go overboard, man, then it becomes, an offense. You go overboard and you begin to do things that are conducive to pleasing Yahweh Shai. All right, alcohol is not going to fix the void that we have. It's Yahweh Shai, it's the Holy Spirit that gives us true joy, man. And we got to tap into that more and more. As people begin to be more stressed out, you're going to see them referring to or reverting to different physical substances such as drugs, all right, alcohol, and things that pertain to the flesh, man. But us, we're going to tap into the spirit, man. May Yahweh Shai Shai keep his Holy Spirit on us. Because those people that are seeking these carnal things, they're going to lose. They're going to fail miserably. All right. The book of 1 Peter chapter 4, starting at verse 1. For as much then as Hamashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. Okay? That he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. So Yahweh Shai wasn't here to please his flesh, man. He wasn't here to live the YOLO lifestyle as they promote here in America, Babylon the Great, and in this society in general. Western society, should I say. He was on a mission, and so are we. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. So yeah, man, we were all in the world before we came into this truth. And a lot of us were, partakers of these certain lifestyles that are mentioned right here. A lot of us were those party animals, you know what I'm saying? Always, looking to go to the club every weekend, chasing women, so on and so forth, getting faded. All right? But that was in the past, man. And people today might look at us as being fucking boring, man. But boring is good. Let these people out here get caught up in all the BS. You see a lot of people that get unalived at these, club scenes and whatnot. You hear the stories all the time. And the Elder Apostle Gabar, he did say something in one of his lessons recently. He said, man, it's best to just avoid those places. All right? Especially in the time that we're in, because the Lord could allow judgment to take place in these certain scenarios, man. Large concert venues, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. We're looking for Esau to do certain things to incite fear. All right? And he uses a lot of these places to do so. So be very wise, man. And then just these demons on these people are turned up. We're not in the time of having fun like that, man. Have your balance, do what you do, but keep it to a minimum. You see? Verse 4. Look, 144. Call Allah Yahweh Shai Shai, Lord willing, us men of that number. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. That goes into your acquaintances in the world, your homeboys, homegirls, whatever. They're still out there doing the same old shit. And when you abstain from these certain activities, they look at you as different or strange, man. You're boring now. Or you get with a woman and you don't always want to go, do something all the time. Sometimes you just want to chill at the house. All right? They look at you as boring. But it is what it is, man. That's safe. You understand? Boring is good, man. So, I'm going to end it right there, man. Just want to do a quick lesson on that. We don't always got to be on the scene. It's best to just lay low, man. Lay low and wait on Yahweh Shai Shai. Matter of fact, you know what? I got one more, Salaki. All right? Lamentations chapter 3, starting verse 25. All right? It says, the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. You see that there? We're waiting for Yahweh Shai Shai. All right? You got people out here in the world that, want glory now. They don't want to wait for the Lord, man. So they going out there chasing the bag, trying to be on the scene and be the man right now. We're going to wait for the Lord, man, to exalt us. We're going to have real fun in the kingdom. Right now, we're in a spiritual war, man. Things are intensifying. And we're seeking the Lord, man. And that's boring to a lot of people. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And there it is. That's that mindset that we, should have. All right? This is not our kingdom, man. Our kingdom is coming when Yahushai returns. So what are we doing? We're patiently waiting, enduring. All right? Suffering hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai. And holding fast to this faith, man. Waiting for the redemption that's soon to come. All right? So be boring, man. Let people call you all type of shit, but it is what it is. We know what we're doing. All right. Lay low, serve the Lord in fear and trembling, and hope to be saved, man. And hope to be, shown mercy in the time of judgment. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna end this lesson right here. The point has been made. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and Kwam Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom to the elect.